Okay. We're back, and it's been quite some time, and we still haven't made any progress since the last time, except for phone calls, talking to people, internet, and ordering things. So I figured we kind of pick up where we left off. We're still at taking out the rear differential bolts. It's a nightmare. These things are so long-winded. Yeah. We got an extra bit to see if we can get that extra bit of length, extra bit, and maybe we can get that apart and have that ready to go for the new sprocket when that gets here. And then also we can easily take apart the section that holds the roll-off on and grind the little plate here just a little bit, just enough, round out the edges just a wee little bit, just so it doesn't catch as much, maybe, I don't know. And then we can also heck, we could even change out our tires. We have these I guess these would be called racing slicks when they've run out of all the good tread on the top. And so we got brand new tires to put on. We got all the guts and stuff to switch them out and add bits and bobs and doodads to it. Yeah, I'm not quite sure exactly how far we're going to make it today. But we got our suit on, and we are READIG ready to go. Why? Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. GoPro, stop capture. GoPro, stop capture. Have you heard of the Humbling River? Okay. We did it. We took it apart. We made progress. The two halves of the axle are now separated, and the cog is sort of free. I guess we can see it better from this side, a little more light. Now we got to pull this assembly apart so that we can get this gizmo doohickey out. Yeah, hopefully, it's going to be so messed up that this right here, maybe it's not so bad. The little bit of, messing up on it, maybe it's not whatever, but I checked it with the roll-off gear mechanism thing for chains. It lets it, tell you if it's your spacing is off or whatever, and it says it's maxed out and should be replaced. So anyway, irregardless, it's coming. But in the process of pulling this apart, I stripped out one of the ends of the bolts, and now I'm going to have to replace that bolt. And here's the worst part about this whole thing, was that this isn't threaded all the way through like I thought it was. It's not. It's actually only threaded into the nut that was on the end of it. And if I would have just drove them out with like a hammer and another bolt or whatever, which I did, because by the time I got done threading it out, stripping it out, and then just sitting here with a hand tool trying to get it to go, because I didn't have enough length to make the proper tool work. And so anyway, irregardless, oh no, there goes my tire. Irregardless, we have made mistakes. Mistakes were made, but now we know that's how it works. Because the first time around, so this is made out of metal right here, this rear differential, and originally it was made out of 3D printed plastic, which is great, but I destroyed it the first few times that I tried going up hills, because I'm just a big, huge guy, and I went up big, huge hills, and it broke. And so I begged and pleaded and asked the guys at Utah Trucks to go ahead and make me one made out of Minecraft bedrock, and they did. They made it out of metal. So that's what we got here. So now we just need to split these two pieces apart, get this cog out right here. I have replacement bearings for all these things, but I doubt they're going to need to get replaced. The only thing I really need to get out of here is this little cog. Yeah, so that's more progress than I thought I was going to make today, but I did make some more issues, like stripping out that one bolt. So I'm probably going to have to order more things. It's going to take even longer to get this thing back together again. I have old bolts from originally when I had destroyed it still, but they were like completely tweaked and bent to like a 45 degree. Like I messed it up. To take it apart, I had to use a torch, and I just melted it apart because, you know, it was made out of plastic, so that made it easy. Anyway, so now it's made out of, you know, proper, you know, bedrock material like Minecraft. So progress was made today. Let's see if we can make some more. All right, GoPro, stop capture. Stop. GoPro, stop. Don't look at me. GoPro, stop capture. Okay, so we've made progress, but we may have hit a point where we're doomed. And I don't really know where to go from there. So this is part of the rear differential. That means that we made progress. Okay. But I don't know if you could see it or not, but I managed to get something going on in there where it's wallowed out an edge of it. So there must have been a set screw that eventually started backing out on the inside and then just kept spinning around in there and getting all things all messed up. So that could have caused some issues. Got one side of the rear differential assembly off. Even got this little guy off as well. But if we look at where we're at right now, this piece here, I can't get the bottom bearing off to save my life. And I've been banging on it for hours. I'm sure my neighbors appreciate it. And I can't get this off. And I got all the set screws, like this is just barely in there. I know there's a key in here, and I've tried working the thing back and forth in different directions, and I just can't get it. And the same thing goes for the other side. I can't get this side here to back out and go out that way or this way or either or. I can't make it work. The cog is right there. That's the one we need to get off. And it's not going to get off until I can pull this piece out of the way. And I can't get it. I have no idea what it is that I'm doing wrong. I could have swore I've taken this thing apart before because there was a different rear differential on it at some point in time. But whatever it is that I'm doing, I'm not getting it. And super bummed out. Thinking it's time to just try to order a whole new rear piece to replace it all. If I can't get it apart, I might as well, you know, get something new. I mean, I got paint chips and shavings and blood, sweat, tears, and grease everywhere, and I still haven't got it apart. So, I mean, if I'm gonna make any progress, it might be just to give up on this piece. Order a new piece, put the new piece on, and deal with it from there. Because we've had issues with this in the past. So, maybe the whole new piece will help with that. But it might be a whole new set of problems. So, you know, either we're stripping things out or whatever. And, you know, and to retire the Pink Panther would be a tragedy, considering how much time, effort, and money that we've put into the Pink Panther. But, you know, there is other options out there. Yeah, I don't know at this point. But I think we're just going to give up for today before we lose our minds. We've been banging on this thing for hours and not making any real progress besides, you know, just mushrooming out the edges of the metal. So where the inside of the bearings meet the inside of here, these are starting to get mushroomed and messed up a little bit from all the banging and messing around. So yeah, I think it's time to throw in the towel, admit defeat, and make progress some other kind of way. Because we're battling mosquitoes and spiders in here, and they're doing better than I'm doing at getting this thing apart. So yeah, I think we're just gonna give up. Yeah, you know, sometimes you can't win. All right, GoPro, stop capture. GoPro, the capturing needs to stop. GoPro, stop capture. I'm serious. GoPro, stop capture.